First round came to a close, and pretty much it was a pretty good chess match. But Floyd had a much better jab. Right hands were landing. Left hook was landing. Stop, man. Left hook was landing. I mean, it was just it was all De La Hoya show. Though Steve Forbes did get a couple punches here and there, and he definitely did land at the end, as you guys saw. But De La Hoya all the way.
Round 2. That was a joke. Honestly, these guys are thinking that Forbes is actually gonna do something. That's what they're saying, at least. But if I get the 5th round, it ain't gonna happen. It's gonna be over in the next round, I'm believing. Looks like Oscar's just toying with him like a little kid. It's a pretty sad event up to this point. Too bad I can't get them to bet any money on it.
Round 3. At the end of this fight, you see that Oscar's got now an abrasion over his nose. Steve Forbes trying to put some more punches in him, and more power into his punches, which looks to be slowing him down, which I think is a mistake. I think he should be trying to use his speed and try to out-hustle this De La Hoya. But I think anyways, within the round 5 to 6, De La Hoya is going to start slowing down, and hopefully Steve Forbes should start pushing forward. But this round I give it to De La Hoya.
4th round came to a close, and I think it's starting to become more of a chess match. If you want to get points on style, it's going to be Steve Forbes with his little walking and showboating and stuff like that. But De La Hoya, I think, is clearly landing the harder shots right now. He's putting in some combinations. He's not looking comfortable though, like he was earlier in the first 3 rounds. But I think he still won that round. And Forbes is going to do what he got to do.
That round definitely goes to Oscar. Oscar is proving how smart of a fighter he is by using his height and his arm length by keeping him away with the jabs. He clearly won that one, in my opinion. Forbes, his only real strength is his speed. But if he's landing less than 20% of his punches, it isn't really working to his benefit. So I don't see this fight going the distance at all. I don't see Forbes with any chance in hell winning this fight.
End of the 6th round, they had a good couple exchanges back and forth, and it looks like now the power punches are either starting to take effect, or maybe a headbutt might have caused the gash to open over the eye of Steve Forbes, but I think it's going to be more the punch. Other than that, it was a pretty good round for both of them, but De La Hoya, I think, edges it out. Hopefully now Steve Forbes can start putting a little bit more pressure, and the De La Hoya gas tank will start going down.
Round 7 just came to a close, and I mean, as you guys can see, it's all De La Hoya right now at this point in time. He is in complete control of this fight. He's throwing a lot more combinations, a lot more power punches. He's catching Steve Forbes where he wasn't earlier in the earlier 6 rounds. He's catching him now, and it looked like Steve Forbes got a little bit hurt in that 7th round towards the end after 2 violent assaults by Oscar. But right now, like I said, Oscar's in complete control at this point, and we can see the difference between the type of fighter that De La Hoya is and the type of fighter that Forbes is. I mean, I just think he's outmatched right now. I think Forbes is just too small and too short, and he's just not being able to release his punches quick enough for this fight.
Okay, round 8 just finished. Definitely the most boring round that we've seen so far. Both fighters are running out of gas. Pretty much that round just looked like old buddy was trying to keep a bully off of him the whole fight. De La Hoya is coming after him. He's backing up. A whole bunch of nothing really. Again, out of gas, but I think De La Hoya already found his final destination, which is victory either way. So we just see what happens.
9th round, and gotta say it's all De La Hoya. I haven't seen Steve Forbes is kind of, I don't know, he's not doing the pressure I'd expect him to be putting in right now. I think at this point, anybody put in some pressure, especially after that uppercut that he landed in the last round, where it kind of looked like it bothered De La Hoya some. I'd be gunning for that eye all day, or at least trying to put some more pressure on there. But right now, kind of looks like, as much as I hate to agree with what they say on HBO, it kind of looks more like a sparring session. De La Hoya's winning the fight. Case closed.
Alright, round 10 just came to a close. The first minute of the round was basically De La Hoya. Then he really took over and threw a lot of different combinations. But there was one moment that Steve Forbes slept on. He caught De La Hoya, and De La Hoya completely ceased to move forward. And at that point, Forbes should have jumped on De La Hoya and he didn't. He lost his window, his opportunity of actually making this fight a little bit more interesting. And as he lost that opportunity, De La Hoya once again took over and won the round.
The sparring session continues through round 11. Not really a whole lot going on. De La Hoya is doing the same thing that he was with the punches, the jabs. Forbes doing much of nothing except taking the punches and defense. One more round to go, and I'm excited about it ending.
Well, 12 rounds come to conclusion, and the Steve Forbes that I wanted to show up to fight either didn't quite make it or just forgot his way home. He had a couple nice flurries in the fight, but at the end, apparently, De La Hoya's size was just too much for Steve Forbes. I think De La Hoya won the fight. I don't know if the outcome hasn't come in, but pretty sure it's going to be De La Hoya.
Closing thoughts between the De La Hoya versus Steve Forbes fight. Not really much was I guess expected out of us. I mean, I already knew this was going to happen in pretty much the whole boxing world. You know, that everybody said he was more than a 20% underdog to beat De La Hoya. So it really made no difference. The outcome of this fight was already foretold before it was basically written. So what happens from here? Where do we go from here? I mean, most people are going to say, well, Cota's going to fight Margarito in July. So I guess the only other option for De La Hoya to make another big money fight is that Mayweather fight, and it's going to be done regardless. And then will he fight? Will he win? Or will he fight in December against Cotto? Doesn't really matter. He's had a pretty good career, and it's time to just go ahead and put it up and start promoting his younger fighters, and that's what's going to happen. I mean, as far as for De La Hoya, you made your career, do what you got to do and make your money. But, you know, I'm looking for bigger, better fights out of the welterweight division.
Yeah. Good evening. You already know who it is. And I already know I'm nice.